Welcome to episode 9. We're 3 seconds in, and TJ is already fed up with Suges' bullshit. We've been trying to start recording for a couple minutes now, and Suges is pulling his typical shenanigans. Just for frame of reference, we're recording here at Thursday night. Another crazy week of college baseball. Right now, the score of the Florida-Georgia game is 6-2. How are the Tigers looking over there? Because these are the only two, I think, major games going on tonight.
Auburn is winning 6-2 as well. After a nice little fifth inning where LSU committed 2 errors, it was super cool.
I should have played them.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, this one will count for fantasy. TJ, what kind of hat are you rocking there?
Rocking the North Pole Reindeers, last year's Baseballism and Tipsy Elves collab.
Sponsor us.
Please.
Sponsor us, Baseballism.
Oh my God. Auburn's big old chunky first baseman just dropped the easiest pop fly I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is that the guy that's like leading the league in OPS?
I don't know. He's definitely leading him in donuts eaten.
Sony DeChara. I think it is. He's second right now to Jake Meoff in OPS.
That's the biggest man I've ever seen in my life.
He's leading the league in slugging, and then leading the league in OBP and third in the league in slugging. Anyway,
Jesus.
Yeah. So, what a week! What a week of college baseball. We got some really good stuff coming up this weekend, though. Major League Baseball is heating up. Spring training is coming to a close. We're all getting hyped for the early access show dropping tonight.
Couple hours, baby.
But what is not going away is college baseball. Brennan, I think you had a little bit of a rundown on the midweek action. Or do we want to talk about rankings first? Because I've got our Reddit post pulled up where people were asking some questions about some of our rankings, boys.
Yeah, let's go rankings first.
Everybody always has something to say.
Yeah, so I can kind of dump on them with the midweek results.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about Oregon State on Twitter, where they were missing from a few of our polls. So I'll skip over there. We all know they're a top 25 team.
Yes,
A top 10 team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, God forgive us. We do our rankings when we're drunk, and some of us forget that teams exist. Sorry. Oregon State, yes, I forgot about them. LSU, yes, I forgot about them.
Well, so Tennessee was the consensus number 1 across all major ranking platforms. So that was pretty cool to see that Tennessee's finally getting the recognition that they should have. Obviously,
even from Baseball America.
Yeah,
hey, Eric had him up there from day one. We all had Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Eric had Tennessee.
Yeah,
actually, hey, I wanted to ask Eric, what were your expectations for Tennessee? Because obviously you drafted them like number 2 overall, and they were in the top 25 preseason, but certainly nobody saw this coming. Were you like plugged into like following that team at all? Is why you drafted them so high, or just kind of worked out this way?
Yeah, I drafted them so high just out of pure fucking send it, and just kind of went with it, and it worked out pretty well for me.
They had the best SEC record last year too, right? I'm pretty sure.
That can't possibly be correct since Arkansas
I don't know.
every
Go
single
back to
series.
Brennan had a perfect spreadsheet of
I'm telling you, man,
everything.
Mississippi State was consensus number 1 team back to back.
RPI, strength of schedule,
Yeah.
blah, 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 whatever Brennan said in the draft.
Shutout, runs scored, runs against. So yeah, anyway, Mississippi State's a disgusting team. Tennessee's number 1 for a reason. I think consensus, everyone had Ole Miss around 10. Do you think that was like a fair drop for them, or do you think that they should be ranked higher?
I think if it was a 2-1 series loss with some like respectable losses for those 2 games, I think you drop them like maybe into like the 5 spot. But since they got swept and lost Friday, Saturday, just like getting shit on, like yeah,
they didn't just lose; they got throttled.
They got embarrassed.
Aren't they
claimed that they
2-6?
come back though.
I think they're 2-6 in their last 8 games, something like that.
It's because they're just not taking their team seriously when they play them.
Yeah, smaller ball fields over there too.
Yeah, so it's Brennan, your question, right? Ranking at 10. It's interesting because the composite rankings list is the one Reddit user that posts that. He excluded all of the just smaller ones, also has them exactly at 10. The most interesting one, though, collegiate baseball has them at 20. And
I think that's fair.
definitely
I put them at 19.
I had him at 15.
That's the thing, though. Like, it wasn't just the fact that they lost. And we talked to, oh my gosh, the Florida left fielder just robbed a home run from Georgia. It was just how badly they got embarrassed on and off the field, like the comments that were made and then not backing it up. Like, oof, it was rough. But I know we talked about that a lot last episode. So,
well, yeah. Also, 11.7 made a super good point. Their fields are almost identical in dimension.
Yeah.
We'll get them next game, right? We'll get them next game.
Yeah, next game.
I promise you that.
And Tennessee was mashing homers in Houston in the Astro Stadium.
That's a great point, actually. They were.
Yeah, I think the biggest outliers, Ole Miss is definitely one of them.
Purdue. Not a lot of people had Purdue up there, did they?
Purdue,
No.
we're the only one that pretty much has them ranked.
They're not even in the.
They're not ranked in D1. They're not ranked in Baseball America, which who cares about Baseball America? Perfect Game doesn't have them ranked.
Yeah, they have
really
listed as receiving votes on this composite list, but I don't see them even in the top 30. So it's, I understand like some rankings I think are trying to project like how teams might finish like at the end of the year. But I think here, like our group, we really try to focus on like what teams are doing right now. And even if they may change as the season goes on, but Purdue they got their first loss this week or last weekend. Are they not lost yet?
Oh, they've lost.
I think they got their second loss.
Yeah,
They lost their midweek too.
Yeah.
they lost this week.
So
They're sitting at 18-2 right now.
18-2 is still not bad.
Illinois Central? Is that
University of Illinois at Chicago.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Chicago State that we talked about last episode.
That no longer has a baseball team.
They disbanded it in 2020, not in 1999 or 96, whenever Nebraska beat them 50-3.
It's so bad. I think mostly these rankings, I feel like this week it was pretty. I think everybody, all the major polls did pretty solid. The only one that I have a bone to pick with is Wake Forest. I think they're very deserving of being ranked, especially coming up this weekend. I feel like if they sweep Boston College and they're not on everybody's rankings, I feel like and granted, Boston College isn't a great baseball school, but I mean,
That's 3 extra dubs.
yeah, that's 3 more wins after a midweek win against Coastal Carolina. And if they're not ranked on everybody else's polls, I'll have a bone to pick with everybody since this is a Wake Forest podcast.
yeah, that's right. Well,
What about Louisville? Is Louisville on everybody's
that's-
radar too?
No, that was the one actually that I think I got the most flack for because I don't think I had them ranked. And I said my kind of rationale was that because they're currently the best, if you want to go by conference record, right? I think they got the best record in the ACC because they're undefeated. And I basically said I didn't like sweeping Boston College isn't really that impressive. Like Boston College had a couple of good games early in the year, but they're not playing very well at all. They're a consensus like pick to finish in the bottom of the ACC. And then they swept Notre Dame, right? Is the other series they swept. And we've all gone on record about saying I personally have thought that they're way overrated. Like even the teams that they were beating at the beginning of the year were not very good and they weren't beating them, by that much. So I said, who are they playing this weekend? They got a matchup against Pittsburgh. That's right. No, Louisville. So, I think if they can stay, well, I acknowledge that maybe I overlooked them a little bit, but again, like when you compare the resumes of some of the teams that we have at the end there, it's tough to stack them up. But where did you have them, Suges?
I had them at my 15 spot.
I had them at 14.
I'm just kind of pissed that we left Louisville out and still had Notre Dame at 25. I wanted Notre Dame out of there. I hate them. I don't think they're top 25. Eric, on the other hand,
Well, Florida State might knock Notre Dame out of the 25 this weekend.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, according to Perfect Game, Florida State's, a number 8 team. D1 has them at 5. I don't think that they're a top 5 team. I think they're obviously better than Notre Dame. I think the biggest outlier we have, though, Oklahoma State is ranked 2 in Perfect Game.
Ooh.
We don't even have them.
Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, we have them 12 now.
We have them at.
Didn't they just lose to the Oklahoma Sooners or something? Huh?
Oh,
Didn't they
I'm
lose
sorry,
that?
guys.
Yeah,
I'm
nice.
so sorry, y'all.
To the
I am
Sooners?
sorry.
I'm gonna have to hop on
Excellent.
Suges' bandwagon on this one because we're the only two that picked them to win.
Yeah, I want to talk about that because that was horrible.
It was a pitiful showing from the Cowboys because didn't they walk in the winning run?
Trevor Martin
Yes.
gave up pitched 0.1 innings pitched with 1 hit given up and 3 walks.
Yeah. I thought
He
the
gave
game was
up 3 walks to tie the game and walk off the game with a walk.
yeah. I thought the game was over because Oklahoma State hit a Oppo Taco for a home run. I was like, damn, Sooners are not going to push a run across in the bottom 9. And then the pitcher just was awful.
Hit the bed.
Yeah, I don't think the Sooners pushed a run across. I think Oklahoma State pushed a run
Well,
across.
the,
Yeah,
the
100%.
pitcher,
Yeah.
the
Trevor-
pitcher
yeah,
pushed
Trevor,
it.
Trevor Martin
Himself.
pushed it across.
That was,
Those
but enough OU talk. Let's flip those letters around and go UO. A team that I'm happy to see in the top 25 is Oregon.
That was nice. That was nice.
That was sexy. Nice
Hey,
transition.
not
Very
gonna
happy.
blow the surprise, but we have a special guest for our next bullpen segment is actually from the University of Oregon.
Yeah.
So not saying who yet, but that is big news.
First top 25 team interview, so we're pretty excited. about
Top
that one,
25 Pac-12 baseball. No East Coast bias here, even though we're all on
Mhm.
East Coast or Central Time. Stay tuned,
And-
guys, because that's going to be a big one.
and my favorite team. So I'm hyped for that. I mean,
Don't let
I-
Dylan hear you say that.
Yeah, I mean, like Dylan said, man,
he can hear me.
You
No,
just
I
excited
have
for
it
the
on record.
jerseys.
No, well, Dylan DM'd me. I let the cat out of the bag of what we were doing, and he was like, I'm happy for you guys, but I also hate you at the same time because it's Oregon. So maybe if he can pull some strings, maybe we'll get some Oregon State interviews going. But yeah, we got a pretty big Oregon interview coming up, so big excited about that. And they're a top 25 team, so.
Yeah, they're going to be on our, not to spoil anything, our pick'ems for this weekend. But before we get into that, we should talk about what happened this week in the midweek games. And I think, circling back to the OU, OSU, do they still call the baseball bedlam? Like, is that still technically the?
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. How did
They're
that?
original over there.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. But
I think they stopped doing the rivalry after, OU has.
Yeah, did anybody go? Did anybody go flawless in our pick'em? Because I know Florida did beat Florida State 6-3, and Texas A&M shellacked Texas. Actually, what was his name? I can't remember. Jack, either L or F or something like that. Hit for the cycle against the Longhorns. So I mean, Texas is getting battle tested.
Some would say that was an anal in Austin moment.
Anal in Austin, butt in Boston.
Is that a Randy Travis song?
It was
Shout out
Trey Lewis.
Okay.
Hey, thanks Trey Lewis for not liking the tweet. Please, bro. Thanks for ghosting me.
I don't know if I would say shellacking. And granted, I didn't watch this game. 12-9. I don't know. I just.
If you look at it, really,
it does make me upset that Texas is. I mean, it seems like every midweek game they're just dropping now. I don't know if they've lost. Yeah, I don't know if they've lost their sauce, but
I don't know.
It's the it's the 6th Street hangovers.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be, but I mean, if we do bad against Oklahoma this weekend, I might not show up on Sunday. I'm going to be honest.
I don't know. Whenever I watch the Longhorns, which I watched a good portion of that game, it just feels like they still passed the eye test. Like I think one of our first podcasts, we talked about that they weren't taking great plate appearances in terms of controlling the strike zone. And I don't know if they're just like hitting their way out of that with how hot Melendez is, and Essinger, right? I think he hits after Melendez. Faltini's been really hot. So I don't know. I feel like when I watch them, they still pass the eye test of like they look like a really, really great team, but then it's just like they get everyone's best shot. And nobody's going to come, as much energy as like Texas A&M. Obviously, OU this weekend, huge Red River rivalry series there. But I don't know. I feel like that can only help them when it comes later in the season, when it comes to Omaha, like playing in a tournament and being battle tested like that. But man, is it brutal to see the stretch they've been on, like chopping up their season. They went like 7-0 or 8-0 or something like that. And then they've been playing like 500 ball recently, or is that an exaggeration?
No, I think they're 8-8 in their last 16 games.
Yeah.
Better no miss.
Or it was 8-8 since Tristan Wheeler got hurt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Or I thought it was Tanner Witt or something like that.
Or Tanner Witt.
I think,
yeah, sorry.
I think that proves when we were talking about how, losing a Sunday starter affects you Friday, Saturday, into your midweek games with having to, save bullpen arms, figure out who's going to pitch when.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. We all touched on that. So absolutely. Hopefully. And ironically, right, the number one team just got their best pitcher from last year back. I can't remember not Ben Joyce. But they had a rotation. Yeah. He hangs out with Jack Geloff. I can't remember his name, but he was one of their rotation pieces last year and got hurt. And Tennessee's pitchers have been throwing so well that they're having to be like, hey, go hold it down in the bullpen for us. Because
they have Chase Burns 5-0.
Blake Tridwell, I think is his name.
Chase Dollander 4-0. Freshman Drew Beam 4-0.
They have two freshmen that are just lights out right now.
Yeah.
And then they're adding basically a fourth starting pitcher, which gives them either easy midweek wins or not easier midweek wins, and a guy they can put Friday, Saturday, or Sunday in any like long relief spot.
Yeah. They're basically guaranteeing at least 1 to 2 wins a week, which is really all you need. I mean, Sunday that starter comes out, you always can rely on him to get that Sunday win if you need to sweep or if you're trying to win that rubber match. They're literally guaranteeing 2 wins a week. And if you guarantee 2 wins a week, College World Series comes around, you're playing 4, 5, 6 games, that extra depth in the bullpen is going to be astronomical.
Absolutely.
They basically have the college version of what it would be like to be in the playoffs and have DeGrom start and be able to bring in Scherzer after him in the 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, they have a major league bullpen in college baseball, and it's absolutely insane.
You don't have to say
a guy that throws 105 fucking miles an hour.
Exactly.
Well,
you don't have to say
crazy.
major league bullpen without going like any farther than Ben Joyce. So just crazy stuff.
Hey man, he only hit 102 the other day, so relax.
What does MLB
Off
The Show got to do to get a college guy in the
outlier?
Yeah.
I don't want that.
No, I don't want 105.
Imagine the year he gets drafted.
I can't even hit 102.
I don't think I'll buy.
in the game.
I don't think I'll buy that game. They'll have to up it because it's something he's hit. He's hit 104. So
shut the fuck.
He gets outlier extreme. Everyone else just gets regular outlier.
yeah.
All right, so Georgia just took the lead on Florida 3-2, but let's quickly burn down all the midweek action for this week. I know I've got a couple of notes on my teams. Brennan, you want to crack it from off the top, and if anybody has anything on their teams, they can jump in.
Yeah, you made it hit it like last time?
Yeah, I think so.
Hit it like you hit me, baby.
All right, let's do it. Tennessee beat Western Carolina 11-1. Texas Tech beat Stephen F. Austin 19-1 and 13-5. Virginia beat Richmond 8-2. Arkansas beat Little Rock 16-8. Vanderbilt beat Lipscomb 7-1. Texas got annulled in Austin and lost to Texas A&M 9-12. TCU lost both their midweek games to Abilene Christian 2-6 and UTSA 8-12. Oregon State had 2 one-run games. They beat Nevada 13-14 and 9-8. Oregon State beat North Alabama. I'm sorry, Ole Miss beat North Alabama 20-3 in a 7-inning game. LSU beat ULM 15-4. Florida State lost their hangover game to Florida 3-6. Oklahoma State lost to Oklahoma 6-7. Purdue lost to UIC 9-10. Georgia beat Georgia Southern 7-2. Miami beat FGCU 11-7. North Carolina beat UNC Wilmington 6-4. Florida beat Florida State 6-3. Louisville beat Western Kentucky 16-6. Dallas Baptist in the battle of the mid-majors beat Louisiana Tech 7-4. Texas State lost to Sam Houston 9-12. Oregon beat the Helicopters 15-5 and 4-3. Talk about the whirlybird of a game. Wake Forest beat Coastal Carolina 8-4. Gonzaga was scared and had no game. Arizona beat Grand Canyon 5-3. Notre Dame beat Northern Illinois 11-2. NC State beat ECU 2-0. Georgia Tech beat Jackson State 16-6. Mercer beat Georgia State 15-5. Stanford also had no game. And finally, Maryland beat George Mason 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched the ending of the Oregon San Fran game. The second game, I'm going to be honest, completely unbiased here. He was outbiased. He was outbiased.
Oh,
yeah, 100%. 100%.
That was a
Pac-12 doesn't have replay.
I learned
I was
Pac-12
confused.
doesn't have replay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's so weird.
Oh, I didn't know that.
2022 Pac-12 no replay.
That would, I mean, he was. It was very Ben Joyce, Galarraga call.
Yeah, Galarraga. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Ben Joyce, right?
Jim Joyce?
Jim Joyce
And Armando.
Ben Joyce.
Armando Galarraga.
That was
worst
I mean,
call in baseball history.
borderline the exact same play too, and it was
It's
it was
even
so
worse.
clear, and he was like safe, and I was like,
That Galarraga call is even worse now that the umpire has come out and been like, I messed up. That makes it even worse.
Yeah. Ben Joyce is
I mean,
the volunteer fireman.
I mean, but Jim Joyce also felt really
Joyce.
bad. Like, I mean,
Rightfully so, though. That was a perfect call.
Yeah.
Speaking of umpires,
Speaking of perfect games, Travis, you throwing one, right?
Oh yeah, good old Carrollton Ranch View.
Yeah, Travis is throwing a perfect game, so that's cool.
Yeah, there's an asterisk next to it because they were. This is actually a good time to tell this quick story for a little bit of background context. So TJ, Suges, and I all played on the same high school team, and my sophomore year, our first game that district play. Yeah, we played a team called Carrollton Ranch View that was a
Iona.
Well, they were mostly a minority school, like a lot of Indian and Asian students from a larger city, Plano, Texas. And one of the best hitter in their scouting report was out for that game. And after I did throw a perfect game, and it was only 5 innings because we run ruled them. So there's your asterisk. But after the game, we found out that their best hitter wasn't in the lineup because he only had a 98 in geometry class, and his parents wouldn't let him play until he got it up to 100.
Was that Kenichi? I'm pretty sure that was Kenichi.
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember names.
Yeah.
But also the JV game was like 32-0.
They were
3 innings.
They were kicking the ball around like Iona. Yeah. So speaking of Iona, woo woo woo, Iona watch. 0-20. They lost 10-0.
You got everybody
Stony
hyped.
Brook.
Honestly, yeah, how you sounded, I really thought they won.
Oh,
Dude, we gotta get an interview with their coach.
This needs to be a weekly thing, an Iona watch.
I
I need an
apologize.
Iona interview.
The sirens may have
I'll drink one for the losses.
pour one out.
Well, I coached with a guy that used to play at Iona a couple years ago, and apparently they weren't a bad team. They were pretty good for their, like, I guess their level. So we can maybe see if he'll come on and give us some insight into Iona.
Pull some strings. It's gonna be tough.
I mean, I would also say we weren't a bad team if I was on the team.
Oh, no, they used to have Joe Panic, second baseman. Joe Panic, I forgot who.
He was on San
Giants.
Giants.
He was
Yeah.
on San Fran. He's on Toronto now, or he wasn't.
His brother used to be the coach at Iona. So that's when they were good. And then he stopped coaching. And apparently they hired a bunch of like 27, 28-year-olds that are now the head coach and assistant coach of.
Yeah, but if you think
college
about
baseball
that,
teams.
So you're saying we might have potential
you-
jobs?
yeah, I was gonna say, you think we could have potential
We
jobs
have a
there?
shot.
I feel like we do better.
I don't know. Travis is the pitching coach.
Hey, I'll be the hype man for the dugout. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I don't
bench
care.
coach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
bench
the
coach.
bench coach.
Yeah, I'll take sweet tickets and score the game.
I don't know who I coach.
You're the
I'm
pitch tracker.
I'm gonna hang out. I'm hanging out with
Click.
Brennan.
Wait, you're coaching? You're coaching home run celebrations and strikeout non-celebrations.
Who, me?
I want-
Meltdowns.
No,
Strikeout
no.
meltdowns.
Me?
I want,
TJ's the trash talk coach.
Oh, that's Brendan. No, that's Brendan.
Can I be
Oh,
the bat
shit.
boy too? I'll be the bat boy too. I'll be the
Only if we're a
the-
cute little skirt.
dugout cheerleader.
Shout out Savannah
And the bat boy.
Bananas.
I'll take third base.
All right, we've got taken a
Well,
tangent.
wait,
a
if
little
you're
bit.
just giving up third base like that, Benji, I'll take it.
No, I said I'll take third base.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, no.
Oh,
I'll take
different
third
chat.
base and base.
We are
different
gonna
chat.
steal Iona's jobs. You heard it here first.
Do you guys want
Yes.
to hear a fun fact about 3 different teams in their midweek games?
No.
Can I just say one
Is it
thing
that-
about one of mine, and that's all I got?
Yeah.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, I
Just
guess
like
Benji,
last week-
hijack it.
Hey,
Hey,
My-
nice
one
guy
thing.
Benji's not nice guy Benji. All right, I'll say it.
it. All right, but just like last weekend, I had a pitcher throw a complete game again. So Devin Futrell or Futrell from good old Vanderbilt is 5-0, threw a complete game, 2-hit, 1-run shutout. So that's pretty nice. I mean, we even talked about it last weekend where
Was that 7 innings?
no, it's 9 innings.
It's becoming a rare sighting.
It is a
Did
rare
you just
sighting.
ask
We-
if his complete game was 7 innings?
Yeah, because they could have run real like almost played 7 innings. this
We
week.
went down the
Um,
scores and it was 7-1.
Yeah, I put up the 7 in.
They won. They won 7-1. So
I like my
That's-
5-inning perfect game. Brendan, is your tidbit that TCU blows?
No, but I can have 2 tidbits if you'd like. So
Errors by LSU.
Grant Taylor of LSU got the win this week against ULM, University of Louisiana Monroe. His brother, Colin Taylor of UAB, also got the W against Birmingham Southern. There's 3 of them. Evan Taylor of Arkansas got the W against Little Rock as well,
All on the same day.
all on the same day.
Okay,
pretty sick.
that's
That's
pretty
something-
That's
sweet.
pretty sick.
You should have. I mean, that would have been a stat though. But
For sure.
That would have been a sweet stat to use for Sunday's game.
I want to know which parent didn't go to one of their kids' games because I know the mom went to one, the dad went to the other.
Well, what if they have a sister? Maybe the sister went to one of them.
Well, maybe.
For the
Pushing
by
for
by the sound of that family, it sounds like the sister is probably throwing in a college softball game
Yes,
right now.
yeah.
for
Honestly.
And
Oh,
the parents might be coaching somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, no
They
shit.
might not have had time.
Yeah, but I thought it was a cool little tidbit.
That's legit.
Absolutely.
That's I mean, that's like the stat you had the other day where dude hit in his brother twice in a game or whatever.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Fabian
That was pretty
Fabian
cool.
brothers at
Yeah,
Florida. I'm
Wasn't it
watching them right
to
now.
start the game and then to end the game or something
Yeah.
like that?
No, it was in a double header, and each game,
Oh, they let off.
Judd
Oh, yeah.
Fabian hit a 2-run home run each time he knocked in his own brother, Derek
Mm.
Fabian. Yeah. So, the only tidbit I had for my teams, so Georgia Tech thrashed Charleston Southern. It was good to see them have a good game, but I'm still going to be picking them to win this weekend, but at a very low level of confidence. That's all I'll say about that. But it was crazy to watch TCU drop 2 of 2 against Abilene Christian. I don't know if you guys saw the crazy closer, like spit out his gum on accident and pick it up off the ground and put it back in? Did you guys not see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
No,
The
I didn't.
TCU closer?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, the Abilene Christian, I'm pretty sure.
I don't get a lot. I don't get a lot of these games, so
If that
Yeah.
gum's working,
my
you can-
viewership is limited.
It's just Twitter, baby. But yeah, anybody else got any tidbits on the midweek games? Otherwise, we can look ahead at what this the weekend slate has to offer.
Yeah, my Texas Tech prediction's going pretty solid right now.
What was your prediction?
They have not fumbled it on the weekdays.
That they'd go 5-0 from Sunday to Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I
Ooh,
mean,
what a
they did play
prediction.
Stephen F. Austin, but
Okay.
they always they don't
Yeah,
have
and
to
then,
fumble the
you
midweek.
got Kansas.
And
so,
they played
you know.
Kansas. It's not
Yeah.
that
Wow.
Eric,
That was a real bold pick there, brother.
Eric, you
A
better
real-
add two
real
games
twisted
next
take.
week.
My Mercer prediction got farther away from happening, so that's
Okay.
always good.
What happened?
They're now 16 home runs behind Tennessee, so
Yeah. Tennessee's blowing.
they better
people's
make up
doors
some
off.
ground. Well, good news is Tennessee's playing,
Vandy.
Yeah.
Mercer's
So,
playing Stetson.
I'm just going to run through our fantasy matchups and talk about teams that are not in our pick'em, what they're doing this weekend. So, oh boy, and let me mute myself real quick. They're
Welcome
coming
to
after me.
Pittsburgh,
I love
baby.
Pittsburgh.
You.
All right.
So I
think
had
it's over. We'll
11
see.
cop cars in a row drive past me earlier today.
They're going to F somebody up. So
Yeah,
Ole
bench.
Miss pays a visit to Kentucky, looking to bounce back after their embarrassing weekend. Over in the American Athletic Conference, Eastern Carolina is playing Cincinnati. Pac-12, Utah, and Washington State. Miami, hot right now, is playing Duke, visiting Duke. We got the Red River rivalry, obviously. That wasn't a pick 'em, right? We're not talking about. Yeah, so Texas is visiting Oklahoma, South Carolina, Mizzou in the SEC. Tech, obviously, will be visiting Kansas, probably dominate
Hold
them.
on. Did you just say South Carolina?
Yes.
What happened to them this week?
Oh, my gosh, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boys, the funniest
We were-
shit happened.
We were all,
Period.
talk, we
It
were
was
all
what?
talking about.
Presbyterian pulls up in minivans.
I think I saw it
Fucking
on.
mom wagons.
Yeah, I think I saw it
Yeah, the
on
Christ-
TikTok or something. Like their bus broke down, so South Carolina sent them vans or something like that.
Minivans, bro.
Oh, you know what's fucking crazy?
Is that Notre Dame couldn't do it?
Notre Dame didn't do that for Northwestern.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
just bitched out.
Northwestern bitched out for Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a little different. Northwestern doesn't have that much. No, they're a Big Ten school. They might.
Northwestern
Yeah.
didn't even attempt to go.
No, they were like,
It was
"Nah,
like, hey,
man,
we're
we
on our
can't
way,
find
but
a
we're gonna be
driver."
late.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
they
pretty,
were
I'm pretty
like,
sure.
"Yeah, we're gonna send you some Dodge Caravans."
Yeah,
bro."
I'm pretty sure
dude.
South Carolina sent the minivans because their buses broke down
Yeah,
or something.
but
like that.
Notre Dame would never do that.
Well, that's fine. That's Notre Dame.
puss.
Notre Dame is a classless, horrible
Hey,
school,
Hey,
and that's
hey,
why
hey,
LSU
hey,
took
hey,
their
hey,
football
hey,
coach.
hey.
Do you think they regret?
Aren't you more of
Do
a
you think they
aren't you
regret
more of a
sending?
Vandy fan?
Yeah, but I gotta support they're my Indiana school, you know?
Notre Dame stinks. That's why we took your coach.
That working out for you?
Hey, no,
They
I mean,
were
it's gonna be great
Chrysler
for football
minivans,
season.
too.
Yeah.
Chrysler, straight up soccer mom style. That's embarrassing.
Do you think they regret sending the vans now?
Oh, 100%.
They sent vans.
Well, yeah,
Or-
yeah,
or
they
it's-
regret it now
it's-
because they probably were like, oh yeah, we can send them the vans because we really want this to win. So maybe we can,
Yeah.
maybe we can get a couple
Not only did
ranks
they
up.
pay extra just to play the game, they paid extra money for the other team's travel to lose to them.
Yeah, or is Notre Dame smarter than South Carolina?
I'm pretty sure they do have a higher.
They're more prestigious
Entry
schools,
requirements.
though.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
one of
More
them's a private school,
prestigious,
and the other
prestigious
one has
than the
Carolina
Blue Hoses?
Squaws. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them has Myrtle Beach in that state. So
Also, I know it's kind of off topic, but can we talk about Ole Miss only doing a 2 hot dog limit on dollar hot dog night?
Absurd.
Ridiculous.
That pisses me off.
You're telling me your stadium can't afford to house a few more hundred hot dogs?
I mean, it's big enough apparently.
It's also just dumb
That's why
on
they
their
spent all the
part.
money making the stadium bigger. They couldn't
Yeah.
put all the hot dogs.
Classic Ole Miss stupidity. Like, the margins they make on dollar hot dogs? It's a lot of money because a hot dog takes about 5 cents to make. I
Yeah.
think the building is burning down next to me because now the whole fire brigade is coming out.
No, but if even now, if I'm going to a baseball game,
muting.
there's dollar hot dog night
No, I'm buying 5 of them, man.
on my first round.
Yeah.
Five?
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
I'm wearing cargo pockets, dude. I got lunch for a week.
Bring in Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, first off, hot dogs just hit different at
They
baseball
do
games.
at baseball games.
They
100%,
hot dogs
man.
and nachos, hit
Nachos, yes.
entirely different at baseball games. And you're going to advertise dollar hot dog night to a bunch of broke college kids that are like, well, I don't got to eat dinner. That's fine. But no, you have to go out to dinner afterwards because you only got 2 for $1 or 2
I
for
wonder
$2.
how they would
That's
know.
like-
Did
that's
they
like
only
the
hand out
bar.
like coupons?
They,
So
prob-
you kn-
they probably put, I don't know.
They
It's Ole
probably
Miss.
fucking mark your hand or some shit.
They probably know everybody. Everybody's fucking family down there. So
That's like the bar equivalent of like, hey, it's dollar Jello shot night, but you can only have 3.
You're gonna see a bunch of Ole Miss kids with 2 teardrops on their fucking eyes.
And they're hot dogs,
Yeah.
not teardrops.
damn, now I want a damn hot dog.
That's a meme. I want a meme. Right,
Are you guys
anyway,
mustard or
How do you guys mix
What'd you say?
mustard or ketchup?
No, I do neither.
Relish. What?
on a hot
Neither.
dogs.
Neither.
Tell,
Just a dog
tell
with
me,
bread,
tell
baby.
me you fucking put mayonnaise on a hot dog. I'm fucking
No.
kicking you out of this shit.
A dog and bread, baby. That's all you need.
I do the dog and bread as well.
I go
That's it.
ketchup and mayo.
Occasionally I'll put barbecue.
It's a
sauce on it.
classic
fuck with
Puerto
that.
Rican condiment.
Hot dogs taste good enough, man. What do you need to dress it up for? That's like
Agree.
putting one on a good steak.
100%.
No, I'll put ketchup and mustard on one, and then ketchup and relish on the other. I'm
Now,
good.
would you rather have that or a chili cheese dog?
Oh, chili cheese all the way.
Okay, so yeah.
Kidding me?
cheese?
Chili cheese.
Last
There's no-
question.
There's no
Brat or hot dog?
Hot dog.
hot dog.
Hot dog.
I can't do the casing. The casing.
Oh, okay, yeah, the
I mean,
Yeah.
I have to be in a. I mean, are we at a baseball game?
Yeah.
Oh, then hot dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not eating brats at a.
The only place I'll eat
baseball game.
brats is at like at a Hofbrauhaus if I'm having a 2 yard sales of like a half of myself.
Heineken.
You know?
All right.
So continuing this weekend before we get to our pick 8 Pac-12, Cal's visiting Arizona State. We got Houston, Wichita State, Arkansas, Mississippi State. I don't think that was, I can't remember if that was one of our pick'ems, but that'll be an interesting series. We talked about Louisville Pitt, TCU, fresh off their 2 losses, hosting West Virginia, Oklahoma State hosting Kansas State, Clemson hosting North Carolina State. One team kind of trending back up in the Wolfpack, and then Clemson's obviously on the kind of downward spiral. Tulane, Memphis, Battle of the Florida schools, UCF and UCF. So the Bulls and the Knights right there. Arizona and Washington in the Pac-12. Baylor is hosting like Middle Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, I think.
You
Purdue,
said who in
Illinois,
Washington?
Arizona.
Oh, I thought you said Oregon.
Mm-mm. No, Purdue, Illinois, and I think that's wraps it up pretty much. Oh, Ohio State, Nebraska is the last one of the Big Ten. So let's go ahead and jump right into our pick'em. So I'm going to be posting tomorrow to hype up this episode our results from last week's pick'em, which I'm happy to say I won. So even though I can't win in fantasy, I can at least pick the correct winners of actual baseball games. So small victories where you can get them. But Brennan, what's our slate here for our pick'em this weekend?
All right. So we got Tennessee at Vanderbilt. We have Georgia Tech at Virginia, Oregon at UCLA, Florida at Georgia, Notre Dame at Florida State, and Stanford at Oregon State.
Before we get into this, are we doing the 6-1 again? We are doing the 6-1. Okay, sweet. I mean, I guess I'll kick it off here. My 6 is going to be Virginia We're doing wins, not sweeps, correct?
Yeah.
Virginia wins the series against Georgia Tech. That'll be my 6.
I would just like to say that I am at an extreme disadvantage due to the fact that 3 of those matchups have my teams.
Yeah, but you're playing me, so I don't know, man.
I don't even know. I have to pick my team. I got to stay loyal. But like,
You don't have to.
no, I 100% have to. It's who I'm playing during the week, so I got to play them. I got to pick them. You know,
Very opposite of Suges. I like that.
like I gotta stay loyal to my guys. My 6 though, since I'm already talking, I am very confident in this that Georgia is beating Florida.
Wow, is that because the current score right now?
What? No, I'm straight up. I already had this written down on my phone. Actually, my girlfriend texted to me while I was driving.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
Get shit on.
that was hours ago, so I got proof of it.
Georgia is beating Florida 4-2 right now in game 1. So looking good.
And honestly, I don't even know the sport up, so I can't even tell you that.
I got him at my 6 too. I got Georgia at my 6.
So yeah,
Calvin?
Don't jinx it.
All right, Eric, who you got at your 6?
My 6 is going to be Oregon State over Stanford.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I am going to pick Florida State over Notre Dame as my 6. Notre Dame's going down. Florida State's going up. You know, it's not Tuesday, boys. So Florida State's got the heat. Parker Messick's at least got on 1 game.
Yeah, I'm doing the same exact thing. There's no way in hell Notre Dame is going to beat Florida State. And again,
yeah, I don't even have them playing this weekend.
is Florida State a top 5 team? No, I don't think so. But the pitching, I mean, Notre Dame's lineup is not ready for that.
Yeah, I got Florida State beating Notre Dame at my 5.
You about your 5? Okay.
Yeah, 5.
Stupids?
Just before 6.
My 5, I got Vandy over Tennessee.
Ooh.
It's gonna happen.
Your 5 Vandy over.
My 5 is
What?
Vandy over Tennessee. They're due.
Oh.
Tennessee is
Do you
due
know
for a couple losses.
5 is the second
Yes.
most points you can lose? You know that, right?
I'm confident.
All right,
Vandy's
man.
got this.
I know math's not your strong suit, so
I think Tennessee is due. You guys don't think so?
Well, they're
No.
Dude, that's gonna be the.
You think they're
gonna
going to finish the
matchup.
season with like what, 2
That's
losses?
gonna be the best matchup of like the next 3 weeks. I don't think I would put them at my 5.
I think Tennessee ends the season with less than 10 wins or less
Let's
than
say
10 losses.
they could very easily finish the
Bold-
season with single-digit losses.
Bold prediction
Yeah,
here.
100%.
Tennessee will finish with 10
Tennessee
wins.
with 10 wins. Damn it, I got a shotgun.
Twice.
Anybody else's 5?
So my 5 is Oregon is going to beat UCLA. Sticking with them Ducks.
Hmm.
Y'all are
I'm taking
bold.
Virginia over Travis's beloved Yellow Jackets in my 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same and take old UV over GT. My 5. Travis, what you got? Dude,
I'm going to go with Florida. I think Florida's going to pull out the series in Athens at my 5. I know they're losing right now, but I think Georgia, that was my biggest gripe actually with our rankings. And I asked this to a couple of people on Twitter. Like I just didn't actually ask that to D1 because they still had Georgia Tech ranked above Georgia because of the head-to-head result. And Georgia looked pitiful against Kentucky. That's who they lost to last weekend, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't understand how people still have them as a top 15 team. So I think Florida, even if they drop tonight, which isn't a done deal, I think they'll win the series.
For my 4, I got Oregon. I'm gonna say sweeping UCLA. I know that doesn't hold anything, but Oregon, just because of what we got going on next Tuesday. Yeah, I gotta roll with my boys there.
As I said that, oh my gosh, as I said that, a player name from Florida hit their first home run. They didn't even have their name loaded up. It literally popped up on the screen, player name first.
TJ shotgun.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Wow, what a great. We really need maybe our editor can edit those in.
I'm gonna match TJ and I'm gonna put UCLA at my 4 over Oregon.
Ew.
I think they win 2-1.
UCLA is so weird.
They're like South Carolina.
Stinky.
But they beat Arizona
way better than South Carolina.
in the weekend series
Yeah,
last.
that's
last
true, yeah.
It's
weekend.
just like it's just like South Carolina.
I mean,
being
yeah.
Vandy.
No team is like South Carolina.
Well, yeah.
They've got the biggest. Like, I mean, I agree that UCLA is, wishy-washy, kind of what we said last weekend. But I would put any team's resume up against South Carolina and be like, what the fuck are they doing?
There is no bigger roller coaster this season than being a South Carolina fan.
Yeah.
South Carolina. You watch one series and you're like, wow, damn, South Carolina's the number 1 team.
Texas.
You watch them against Presbyterian, and you're like, how are they top 300?
And this was 3 days after Presbyterian got 36 hung on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Campbell.
Yeah.
Who you got at your 4, Eric?
Vandy losing to Tennessee.
I'm
I
actually
think
doing the
Tennessee's gonna
same.
have a heyday on their pitching.
I don't think that, but I do think that Tennessee has enough firepower and pitching to beat Vanderbilt. I don't think it's going to be a showing like Ole Miss, but I certainly think that they will, even though it's at Vanderbilt. Tennessee has just been so impressive, and I'm not going to bet against them until I see someone actually do the dang thing.
I'm gonna take Oregon State over Stanford at my 4.
I'm gonna take Virginia versus good old Georgia Tech for my 4.
You picking Virginia?
Yeah, I think Virginia is gonna take it.
As you should.
Yeah.
It's just natural at this point.
All right, for my 3, I'm really split. I'm going to go with Oregon.
I'm doing the same thing. Oregon over UCLA.
You guys are smoking crack.
Okay.
UCLA's got this series.
All right.
I mean, the last time you picked against everyone, you lost. So
That was Ole Miss.
Yeah, let's take it easy, Suges. You have the best track record right now. But I mean, what have you not seen from Oregon right now? Like they're playing really, really well right now. I know UCLA, right? They had a great weekend against Arizona.
I'll tell you what he's not seeing from Oregon. He's not watching games. He's not seeing the baseball.
Who's Oregon beating? Like who are they beating?
Stanford. All the major Pac-12 teams that are supposed to be great.
Stanford's ass?
Stanford is ass.
Do you have like
Stanford's like what 6th in the Pac-12, 5th or 6th?
Yeah, they are now. But
they're ass.
They weren't when Oregon. Oh my god.
Yeah, they're 6th in the Pac-12 because Oregon beat them.
Keep your picks. Keep your picks. This is why you're not on interviews on Tuesday.
All right.
So
what's your
Where did Suges finish in points last time we did a pick 'em last week?
Right in the middle.
Somehow not the last.
See, I just fucked up with
But-
Ole Miss.
But we've also seen from his Shriners Classic takes that
Hey, that's early season.
no one really knows what he knows.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
He says one thing one week and then another thing next week.
Telling you, Oregon is not going to win this series.
He's like one of those free world games that the objective says in the top right corner, survive. That's his fucking.
Speaking of Stanford, I have them at my 3.
You're going with Stanford? That's bold. That is bold.
I have them up Oregon State.
I got Oregon State as my 3. I'm taking my teams, but I'm taking them low because I'm not sure about this weekend.
I'm with Benji. Oregon State at 3. Stanford's been too slow.
What?
Oregon State and Stanford are just too wishy-washy for me right now. To where I don't know
Oregon State,
but I have to take my.
They had 2.
I'm thinking Oklahoma State, man. What the hell? What am I?
I mean, yes, they are. I think they are. Oregon State is.
Oregon State almost lost to Nevada twice this week, man.
I think it's going to be a very, very good.
They had an 11.
I will definitely be watching, and
like
Dylan,
Oregon
you
State
heard it here. I'm going to be cheering for Oregon State.
Oregon State had an 11-run lead this week and almost lost. They went in the
Oh
extras
yeah,
because of it.
okay, that was pretty crazy.
That was rough.
Like that was crazy.
rough.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
11-0 in the fifth.
Yeah, and there was one pitcher that gave up 5 hits and gave up 5 earned runs in the fifth.
Florida's tied 4-4 with Georgia, so
Yeah.
Ben's
So-
advantage
Oh
has been
my
erased.
So speaking on that, I will be
Benji.
taking Florida at my 3. I think it's a bounce back weekend for old Kevin Sullivan and the Florida Gators after their sold out crowd this past weekend because of LSU.
There goes my
I
6
think
points.
this is a bounce back weekend.
Benji, we got this, bro.
I think
No.
I'm gonna go.
I actually agreed with you, bro.
I'm gonna go Georgia over Florida for my number 2.
Let's go, Jowers. We agree on something.
Time to switch.
So
Yeah, not too late, not too late. Hey, run it back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the
Cut that
Cardinal. I'm gonna go with the Cardinal as my 2 over Oregon State. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm a little bit rooting for them to pull off the victory, but the odds are stacked against them going into Corvallis. I think is where Oregon
Yep.
State is.
a beautiful ass stadium too. I've been
Oregon
getting a lot of
State's-
pictures from Dylan, dude. That
Oregon's
shit
just
was
so nice, dude. Oregon and Washington State, man. If you got a chance to go any like those 2 states,
Yeah,
go there. Take the time and go there. It's amazing.
Goss is a beautiful facility over there.
Well, yeah.
got-
So I'll, hopefully they can pull that one out.
I got
Boys.
Florida State over Notre Dame at my 2.
I don't know why that's so low for you.
Yeah. What's I mean, are you think?
I don't know.
Notre Dame has a chance
I
to
think
win
Notre
that?
Dame can just bounce back, maybe. That's what I'm afraid
Bounce
of.
back.
Bounce back. They've been bouncing on this dick for like 2 weeks. I mean, holy shit. They had to cancel a game because they were scared of losing. they had to cancel the rest of the series because they were scared of losing. I mean,
Yeah,
Notre
I'm
Dame's
taking Notre
buns.
Dame over Florida State because I gotta stick with my boys as number 2.
Oh, Benji.
No, I'm keeping my loyalties, man. I have to stay
Bad.
loyal to my guys.
Like I
That
said
fucked me
earlier,
last week,
guys,
Benji.
bad guy Benji.
I
have to stay loyal.
I hope Benji does not pull a Trout until the final week.
I don't even care,
MLB
dude. I'll
22.
buy him. I'll buy
Too
him.
far.
at
With
that
his
point. I'll
luck,
have
he's
enough-
gonna pull 5 of them tonight
No,
within
I
the
don't
first
even
20
need that.
minutes.
I
I
know.
don't even need that. I'll just buy him. I know how to make stubs, man.
Oh, Benji's got money. Benji's got money. You heard it here.
No, I just know how to make stubs. That's all.
Yeah.
At least
that's
we
all I
know if
heard.
Benji doesn't pull my
I promise you, I don't got money.
Brennan will straight up just use his credit card and buy them.
I will use my debit card, buddy. Get it right.
Touche.
He's not gonna take a loan out for it.
Hey, I got 500 overdraft, Navy.
All right, Eric,
Thank you,
and
Navy Fed.
Eric, who do you got in your 2 slot?
Thank God, Navy Fed.
Yeah, so I'll
man.
go ahead and wrap up the 2 and start the 1. I'm taking Georgia over Florida in my 2, and Florida State over Notre Dame in my 1.
Yeah, buddy, that's real good of you for go to 1 real quick because I'm not done with my 2.
I was
yet.
about to say, yeah.
That's all.
My bad.
Bad
Brennan,
guy
Brennan, you've
Eric.
been talking about bouncing on dicks and not talking about your 2. So let's hear it.
Solid point from Suge. Solid point.
All right, so I'm gonna take Tennessee over Vandy in my 2. Just because
Terrible
I mean,
pick.
terrible pick.
Terrible dick.
You can't even fucking look at me whenever you say
Terrible
that.
dick.
You can't even fucking look at me.
It's a solid pick. Ain't gonna lie. It's good.
Is it a nice pick?
Nice cock pick.
Nice pick.
Nice.
Gang,
Nice
bang,
cock.
bang. Nice cock, Eric.
Anybody else got a 2?
No, that's
we rolling
that's all the
with
2s. We're rolling with 1. So
Oh,
one.
I got
Eric.
one extra too.
Hey, actually, Eric is picking his 1 right now. So
He's already
I
done
got
it.
Florida State versus Notre Dame. Florida State's
Thank
gonna
you.
win.
I got GT at my 1.
Same.
Gotta stay with them
GT
Vandy
winning?
boys.
Go the Vandy at number 1, Benji.
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah,
Royalties.
I'm gonna go with nice guy Benji because I mean, who doesn't love that face? Vandy over Tennessee at my 1.
And
Just
Eric,
for
what's
me,
your
just
one?
in
Love
case.
that face.
I'm going Oregon over UCLA at my 1. I feel like those are decently matched teams. It's in UCLA. Very, very scary series, and would only like to lose 1 point on that one.
Yeah. I think what stands out to me about, Benji and Suges both picking Georgia over Florida as their highest confidence matchup is very shocking to me. But we'll see.
Those are both swing states, and it's a swing game as well.
Florida's okay. All right. All right. All right, what else we got, guys? Anything else? Don't.
Have you seen the movie Swing Vote, dude? I mean, come on now.
No politics, no bullshit.
I don't know.
Balance.
The only swinging I know.
I've
is
seen
University
the
of San Francisco.
opposite of swing foot, and that's footloose, you know.
I was gonna say the only swinging I know is University of San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
Let's go. Everybody swing it. Swing it.
So anybody got any final thoughts?
Jake Rainbow out there throwing perfect games.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, make sure to subscribe to our Spotify and YouTube.
Wait. I want to know what that Jackie Robinson number is behind Brennan.
It's 42.
Yeah, let's see it.
Airs by the worst team in college baseball.
Worst defensive team.
Nope, just worst team.
I thought you said they were back.
It honestly is impressive that they're still ranked.
Yeah, no, they're back to losing their second of their of 3 series.
Don't we have them in the top 10?
Oh wait, what's the score of that game?
It's 4-6 right now. I thought
Auburn?
earlier whenever I was having my little meltdown, LSU hit a warning track. Thought it was a 2-run shot. Almost shat the pants.
All right. Okay, well, make sure subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify because we got a lot of good stuff coming. Can't wait to sit down and watch some baseball this weekend with the boys. That Red River rivalry is going to be crazy. Everybody gives their best shot against Texas and see how many runs Georgia can give up. My 37-run prediction. I'd hate to see.
Hey, my 3-1 statement is still alive.
Yeah, until they go 1-3.
Yeah, 1-2. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys Sunday night to talk about the weekend.
Yes, sir. I'll see y'all.
Deuces.
There it is.